Hey, good morning. Good morning, tax lien investors. It's Joanne Muse, the tax lien investing, the tax lien lady, and this is your tax lien investing tip for today. So today I want to show you how I find out what tax sales are coming up across the country. All right, so when you come on, say hello and let me know what state you're in. And I can go and I can show you today how to find out what tax sales are coming up across the country, how I do that, how my clients do that, because I give them access to the resource that I'm going to show you now. And I also want to tell you about something special that I did. If you missed the workshop that we did earlier this month, a couple of weeks ago, we did a 3-day workshop, a tax sales success workshop. And in that workshop, on the first day, I showed everybody how to find the best place for them to invest. Now, people ask me, what are my favorite places to invest? And my favorite places might not be your favorite places. And that's because my favorite places are within an hour from my house. And those are the places that I like to go live. Now, do I invest online for the fund that I'm a manager of? Yes. And so for that, we have something different, but I have analysts that help me with that. Okay. But if you are doing this by yourself, whether you're going live or online, I have a coaching client right now who's doing online sales because she doesn't have the time freedom to be there at the live sales, but she's still investing where she knows the area, where she knows the property values, and she's investing close to where she lives, or places that she did live at one time where she knows the area. Even though the sales are online, like she really knows the area, she knows the property values, and she could go look at the properties, so that's a plus. So that being said, just lost my train of thought for a minute, but I was talking about what you missed. If you missed the tax sales success workshop, the first day we talked about how to find the best place to invest, where the tax sales are coming up from now until the end of the year and the beginning of January, right? So, and I showed everybody how to do that, which I'm going to show you. And I gave them access for 30 days to my members area and the tools that I use to find that out, right? And then on day 2, we talked about how to find the best properties to bid on, how to register for the sale, and we started to talk about how to determine how much to bid and how to bid at properties. And then on day 3, we continued talking about how to determine which are the right properties and how to determine what to bid and how to actually bid at the properties. And we talked about what to do after you get a lien or deed to protect your investment and max. Stay just last week with one of the newest online platforms. I think the newest online platform. They've only been around for maybe 3 or 4 years. And we had an excellent demonstration with this new tax sale platform that does different types of tax sales. They do lien sales, they do deed sales in different states and redeemable deed sales. And they've even started doing foreclosure sales, which a lot of the tax sale platforms do now. Right? They do mortgage foreclosure sales as well, which we didn't look into those because our purpose was the tax liens, tax deeds, and redeemable deeds. So we looked into they showed us how to register, how to navigate the site. We really had a great demo. And now all the trainings that we did, those 3 days, are in the members area for everybody for all our members. They get access to all the workshops for free. And it's also in there for anybody that purchased the workshop, right? They get lifetime access to that. All right. Now, the replay of the demo, the bonus day, isn't there yet, but it will be as soon as they send it to me. We're going to post it there. So if you missed that, and you could still get in on it if you go to taxsalesuccess.com. That's taxsalesuccess.com. And that will take you to the registration page. The live workshop is over, but you still can get all the recordings. Okay, now the other thing that I want to tell you about is we also opened up for everybody that was in the workshop a special way to work with me. I do have a coaching program, a mentoring program, that in the past on the page where we talked about that program, we only had the year-long program and the monthly. You could do it monthly, but you had to commit to a year of paying those monthly payments, which actually turn out to be more money than if you go ahead and prepay for the whole year. Because if you pay up front for the whole year, you also get a VIP day with me. But I understand that not everybody has the money available to do that right now. So we opened up a 6-month coaching program for everybody. And I was only going to do this for the people in the workshop, give them access to a payment plan that we created just for them. And I've decided to open it up to everybody. I'm not sure how long I'll open up this payment plan for, because it's a payment plan. It's financing for only $15, okay, which over 6 payments. And that probably costs us more to do than we're charging for it, because every payment we get charged from our shopping cart, our merchant account, and our gateway, the online gateway that goes between the merchant account and the online payments that we do. So every payment we get charged for that. So that I'm not even sure that $15 is going to cover 6 payments, but we decided to make it so that it's not going to cost you more money, because some people will give you financing or a payment plan, but it costs you a couple of $100 more. Well, this is only $15 more to do the payment plan for the 6-month coaching. And you can find out more about that at getprofitabletexliens.com. So later, when this is over, I'm not going to put this into the comments now, but later when this is over, I will put those links in for you in the comments to this live. And of course, when this is over, you'll be able to see the replay, and you'll be able to see those links in the comments. So I told you that I was going to show you, and I'm going to see if I could do this because I'm going to see if I can desktop. And let me find what I really want here. This is it. Is what coming up around the country, tax sales that are coming up around the country. And the beauty of this is that I can filter this by just the tax sales that I'm looking for. Now, I know which of these sales are lien sales, which are deed sales and redeemable deed sales. For instance, I know that this sale coming up in Georgia is a redeemable deed sale, and the sales coming up in Tennessee are redeemable deed sales. I know that South Carolina, these 2 sales that are left in South Carolina are redeemable deed sales. But if I didn't know where the redeemable deed sales were, all I would have to do is search just for the redeemable deed sales. And I would do a search, and then it would show just the states that have redeemable deed sales. Okay. In Pennsylvania, except for Philadelphia. So Philadelphia redeemable deed sales, do you see them? Delaware has 3 counties with redeemable deed sales. Actually, Delaware only has 3 counties, and they have redeemable deeds. Connecticut, the sales in Connecticut are done on the municipal level, right? So, but some municipalities, they can do either. They can have a redeemable deed sale or a lien sale. So you could see there was one redeemable deed sale coming up in Connecticut. And as I mentioned, two more in South Carolina. These are live. And Tennessee are sometimes on live. There's 5 coming up in Tennessee. I don't know why the one in Georgia did not show up. It should have. But let's now only look for which ones are coming up on so auction venue. And instead of all, we're going to just go to the online. We're going to select online. And then we're going to click the search button again. And now it's just going to show us the ones that are online. And you could see that one of them in Tennessee, redeemable deed sales have only come online in the last few years, maybe since 2012. Before then, the first one to come online was Shelby County, Tennessee. Before then, there were no redeemable deed sales online. Okay, and then, there's not too many redeemable deed sales online, but what if we looked for deed sales or lien sales that are online? And we search for tax lien sales that are online. Let's see what comes up now. Oh, 54 in New Jersey. Now, I don't know if you noticed before, but there were over 100 sales coming up in New Jersey. 54 of them are online, so half of them are online. So whether you're going to live sales or online sales in New Jersey, this is the best time to go because there are more sales this month in December than most of the year, because December is one of the biggest months for New Jersey. And there is one online lien sale. What is deed sales that are online? I think you'll find some of them as well. And so all I did was I switched the venue to deed sales and then clicked the search button again. And now we're going to get all, remember that I already had the auction venue selection. All right, now we've got Washington, the state of Washington, Wisconsin. You see there are a few states with deed sales online. Washington, Wisconsin, New York, and Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania, like I said before, most of Pennsylvania is deed sales, and some of them are online. They are finishing up for the fall this month, but they will have their judicial sales in the spring. Then Ohio has 7 that are online. Virginia has 6. Florida has 41. And Louisiana has 9. I do like the deed sales in Louisiana because when you do purchase a deed in Louisiana at the deed sale, you do get a warranty deed. Florida has so many deed sales because there's a continual feed in Florida to the deed sales, and their sales can happen more than once a month. Some of the bigger counties might have a tax sale every week or a couple of times a month. So there's always a lot of deed sales in Florida. Now that's good and bad. It's good because there's always tax sales that you could find to go to. The bad part is that there's not a lot in those sales, and a lot of the good properties will get redeemed before the sale happens. But it definitely, if you're in Florida, definitely worth checking out. And yeah, because the other counties, remember, in the other states, a lot of them will only have a tax sale once a year. So they will, some counties will have more in their tax sales. Now, not so much in New York and Wisconsin and Washington, depending on where they are, because there are a lot of very rural counties in those areas where there is not a lot available anyway. And the same for Virginia and Ohio. There's not a lot available at those sales because in order for, it's kind of like Florida, where in order to have a tax deed sale in Ohio, the lien has to go through its redemption, be at the end of the redemption period, and then it goes into a deed sale. So, all right, so that's coming up. That's what I have for you today. And I'm going to share so that I can see. Let's see here. It's not showing me that I was sharing my screen. So I'm hoping that you saw it because there was a little box saying to share my screen, and that box has gone away. So I don't know if you actually got to see what I did, see my screen, but hey, if you didn't, no worries, because I showed it all in the workshop, so you could always get into the workshop. Another way to get into the workshop without paying for the workshop is to become a member of the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator, because when you're a member of the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator, you get access to all my workshops, all my master classes, and you get access to tax sale finders, which is what I just used today to show you what tax sales are coming up around the country. And that's just one of the things that you could do with that tool. All right, so that is my tax lien tip for you today. And I will see you Wednesday morning at 9:30 a.m. for my next tax lien investing tip. And if you have questions for me, bring them tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Is Ask the Tax Lien Lady Live. All right, I will say bye. Okay, it looks like I'm having trouble with these controls. So have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow or Wednesday.